enough money at the end of the month, prices of goods are going up. Middle income group are really suffering. Kids are going to school and people cannot afford. So it doesn't tally with the economic growth that you were talking about.
No, you must see what goods are going up. When we did the basket of goods, by the stats department, all the basic needs, they are zero rated. Those goods are consumed by the poor, no GST, and don't blame GST or anything, But those people, the traders, maybe, some of them are taking profit, and so on. This must be addressed, through enforcement, through, proper check, and so on. And government are taking steps through KPD and KK, enforcement side, going and see the prices in shops, they maintain at the reasonable level. And if you compare the inflation, Malaysian inflation, it's one of the lowest in the region, So if you say prices are higher, I don't see why. When I was in UK, the pump price of petrol is more than £1. £1 you multiply by 5 is more than 5 ringgit, per litre. In Malaysia, what is the price of petrol? So if you compare, we are one of the lowest in terms of, pump price of petrol. So
Tan Sri, where are we going wrong? Because the government...
the perception,
People on the ground, they keep saying
you go and see the restaurant. I go to supermarket. Who are there? People are buying everywhere. People are traveling. People are buying. It's all, the alternative media, some group of people making noise as though the whole country, is in trouble. It's a small group, who is writing this thing, and you are reading too much on alternative media. You newspaper people also.
It's unfair to say that because people on the ground, people middle income group people, they don't have money.
You, of course, you go and ask, if you ask a fellow who is earning 4,000, are you happy? Surely he will say, I'm not happy, Although he can survive, he will say, I'm not happy, I want more.
Actually, I just want to ask you on the zero-rated goods that you're talking about, because my colleague here pointed out, it doesn't really tally, because when you say there are a lot of things out there are zero-rated goods, but when we go to the traders, they're telling a different story, like how they have to pay up more in terms of cost, and when it comes to us, when we go and buy, it's always, we have to pay ourselves.
You see what item, you go and ask rice. If you go and buy rice, 20 kilo or whatever, it's same. It hasn't gone up. But some traders, although zero-rated items, that's where I say, enforcement need to really, be taken at a greater level. But again, this one we will talk with the KPDNK how to increase enforcement, surveillance and so on.
But will the government do a study on why when we spend 10 ringgit, it just finishes like water compared to the
It's time value of money, you can't go and say 10 ringgit when you can buy many things, in the 60s. Now you want to maintain the same 10 ringgit to buy the same amount of good. That is irrational already.